we played. They told me that it was gonna be 8 hours to start. So we played 8 hours. And keep in mind, I didn't had no idea what I was gonna get paid.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that. We
Yeah.
didn't talk about that. Yo nomás vine con la ilusión de que, pues, you know what, I'm gonna join an LA group.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So chambié y tocamos. I think we finished playing like almost 12 or 13 hours. So my first gig, I racked up. I think was it's almost five of us. They charged only like 5 or 550. I think I got like 1,400, and I was like, "This is for me," and they're like, "Yeah, this is for you," and I'm like,
All right.
"Oh," I was like, "Oh man," it's because keep in mind with my brothers, we charged about like 350, 375.
¿Y eran cuántos?
So we were four of us, but keep in mind we were in escondido, no se cobraba mucho, you know.
Yeah.
The most you could charge was 400, but we wouldn't charge 400. Cobramos como 350, 375.
You'd be taking like $75.
75 bucks. So the most, yeah, and I was like, yeah, I looked at it, I was like, damn, we put a lot of hours today,
Yeah.
you know. And so I was like. So and at that time when I took off to the gig, I had argued with my dad because my dad was all like, what's the most you can make with that group? You're leaving your brothers to go over there to pursue a dream. And I'm not gonna lie to you, compa. The way I handled that situation was, I think in that time it was a little immature because I was 18.
Yeah.
Keep in mind I think I was still immature at that age. So what I did, I got those 1,400. And I got them out of my pocket, and I sat them down on the table, and I told my dad, then that's what I made from this gig that you told me supposedly I wasn't gonna make enough for leaving my brothers. And after that, he didn't speak to me. After that, my mom, my dad didn't speak to me we didn't talk for like a year. I moved out. Shit started going downhill.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't talk to my parents for like about a year, almost a year. My brothers, the only one I kept communication with was the drummer.
Yeah.
My compadre now. Yeah, he's the only one that I kept contact for a little bit. And the rest I just didn't talk to him for like over a year until the thing that happened to me. Like I started really messing up. 'Cause mentally I was not all there.
Okay.
And it was only because I needed my family, you know. I didn't have that family support.
Yeah, you didn't have that support group. Lo que es una familia, pues.
Yeah, I started breaking down bad, you know, to the point where I ended up in a like rehab and all that. Yeah, and then when they saw me there at that point, that's when they started saying, "Damn, you know, like he needs us.
Yeah.
He needs us." Because I honestly, I didn't have no one at that point, you know, like at that point.
Yeah.
So when they reached out, they took me to the rehab, and at that point, I think that was the worst. I think that's the worst place that I could be, like right there, because that was like not a normal rehab. That rehab was like I've never been to prison, but I swear I think that was really bad. That was really bad because at least in prison, I think you could see somebody. You know, you can go. You have your like an hour recess, and you go with your peeps and stuff.
Yeah.
Right here, the only one I saw was the nurse, and I didn't go outside. I was trapped in a room, and I was eating, watching TV, going to the bathroom, and then and just getting injected or whatever it was. And so that was like only a year. I stayed there for like a year.
A whole year?
A whole year. So I didn't see daylight for like a whole year. And then my peeps saw me like about like once a week. Sometimes they didn't come because they couldn't, because it was in TJ, and they had.
Oh, so you went to TJ?
Yeah, I stayed there for like a whole year.
So the thing about TJ, compa, is from what I've heard, pues, I know people that have gone up TJ and gone for that same reason. Allí es a huevo.
Yeah, it's a huevo.
It's not like rehabs here where you voluntarily go in and you decide whether you can leave or whether you want to leave or whether you don't want to leave. Yeah, like there is like where you're here, you're full on here.
Yeah, they said it was a year I had to stay there. I was like, all right.
So what happened to music during that time?
I didn't do music.
No, meaning like did those doors close automatically? Like,
well, I played with Pilotos for a year, but then after that I started messing up. I started doing drugs, and started really messing up. So when I went to rehab, I asked when I was almost done with my term of the year there, I asked my parents. I was like, did someone ask for me? They're like, no one asked for you. I was like, all right, that's what I needed. I wanted to hear that. I wanted to hear that no one asked for me. So after that, I got motivated. I got motivated like you can't believe. I trapped myself in the room. I isolated from people, and I would practice literally like sin exagerar. I didn't count the hours that I would practice because I would practice a lot of hours. If I could like tell you the hours I would practice a lot, and I would just any times I would get practice, I would eat, go back to my room, practice some more. Then I would get hungry. I'll go back down and I would go eat something, a snack, and go back to my room and
keep playing.
And keep playing. Yeah, to a point where I had a girlfriend when I was 18, but it wasn't serious. So then when that happened, like I didn't have a relationship until later on in later on when I was like 24, 25. And when I met my wife, then it was serious. Like I never really was fully committed to a relationship because I always thought of it like I think it was gonna be a distraction. Like it was gonna be a distraction from my work. Like anything, like in a relationship, I wanted it to be something that's gonna help me out, not distract me.
Yeah, definitely.
So when I met my wife, like it was something like I honestly could say like it was something that like it was the best thing that could ever happen.
Se enamoró el muchacho.
Sí, mom, because I mean, she honestly pushes me. She pushes me. She's like, if she tells me like I'm messing up, she'll tell me right away. You know what, you're messing up right here. Get it together.